The souls of 2 pirates were at stake, and it was up to the community to decide which one they would save. And in the end, Flameheart won, and Captain Pendragon is now lost to us for good. Well, now what? The recent adventure, Return of the Damned, showed that the Sea of Thieves community is pretty divided, and that's what makes these adventures pretty interesting to cover. This adventure in particular was a bit different, and that was because a majority of the players wanted Flameheart to win. Even me in the back of my mind, even though I was on Team Pendragon, technically, I kinda wanted him to win just to see what would happen. Now, Lost Sands, back in May, was an extremely close vote. I think the results came down to like a 5-point difference or something. This one felt like a total landslide, because people want conflict, people want chaos in the Sea of Thieves, and I agree. And I think because of what we have chosen, Season 8 is going to be even better than we thought it was going to be. But we'll cover that in a minute. Based on my profile picture, it would show that I am on Team Pendragon, but even then, I'm genuinely excited to see where this goes now that Flameheart is back on the Sea of Thieves. And now that Flameheart is back, he might end up completely taking over the Reaper's Bones. We don't know what his true ambitions are. He might have something more planned for that trading company that will completely overhaul it. And yes, this ties directly into Season 8. Season 8 looks massive, and I can't wait for next week. So let's talk about it. Based on the information that was given to us, we are now going into a full-scale faction war, and the 2 sides, Athena's Fortune and the Reaper's Bones, under the new command of Captain Flameheart, are going head-to-head in a full-scale battle. This is an on-demand PvP experience that has you choose your side from the brand new Hourglass of Fate that is now tied to every single ship on the Sea of Thieves. Once you have chosen your side, you are able to be invaded by any member of the opposing faction as you sail through your normal voyages. Voting on the Hourglass is technically a second emissary, and its value will raise the more treasure you put on your ship. Hourglass value can also be gained from sinking enemy ships of the opposing faction, and winning invasion battles, which is where the meat of the content in Season 8 comes from. This is the most exciting part. Once you have decided on your side, you can unfurl the war map. Once unfurled, you can choose to invade an enemy pirate from the opposing side. Once voted on, the power of the Hourglass sends your ship diving beneath the waves and under the world, where you will travel to your enemy's exact destination for a head-to-head battle of the Sea of Thieves. Athena versus Reaper. Once you find a match, your ship breaches the waves, and the battle begins. You appear directly in front of your opponent, but the area that you jump into will be a locked circle, just like in the arena. If you leave the circle, specifically if the Reaper side decides to run away, too bad! Your ship will literally be blown up if you leave that battle circle, because the Hourglass of Fate only allows you to travel a certain amount of distance from that battle. Now, once the battle concludes and one ship is sunk, the losers will literally be teleported out of that server. There is no chance at revenge, and no chance for toxicity. This right here is Sea of Thieves' game over screen, because once you lose, you literally watch your ship sink to the bottom of the ocean before you're sent back to a different server to fight again. And I love that. If you are victorious in the battle, you will build up a battle streak up to 4. And you will raise your Hourglass's overall value. And if the enemy ship did have treasure on it, once you put it on your ship, that value will raise even more. which when you lower your hourglass at the Reaper's Bones or Athena's Fortune Emissary tables, you will get a big chunk of gold depending on how much treasure and how many ships you sunk. Now once you max out the battle streak, you will be marked as a champion of that faction, and you are now able to invade enemy ships of larger types. So yes, you daring solo sloopers can take on a full galleon alone to show them who's boss. Once you are a champion, you will also be marked on the map for everyone to see, so even people who aren't an invader can battle with you, which can lead to some pretty interesting emergent PvP encounters. Personally, I love this new update. I think this is gonna be the best update that we have ever seen. This gives people who want PvP a chance to engage in PvP whenever they want. Especially since the arena is no more, this will take place in adventure. Which means, hey, you know, maybe you can amass a crowd of people cheering you on as you battle for your side. As I mentioned before, there are new cosmetics and all this other stuff, but one thing I do want to point out is that the more your hourglass value raises, the more that ghostly glow or fiery glow on the front of your ship will grow, which means even though you aren't marked on the map, you might still get attacked by a follower of Athena's Fortune if you are a running Reaper, just because of that fiery glow that we want to chase down. Personally, I was also hoping for maybe a new weapon type or something, but hey, you know what? I'll take it. I will take this any day. This gives everyone a chance to battle it out for their side, and truly decide who is the better faction. With the faction war fully underway, you can now choose to follow one of the two new factions that have been added to the game, the Guardians of Athena's Fortune and the Servants of the Flame. These can be leveled up to level 100, and at that level 100, you can gain access to brand new areas of the Pirate Legend Hideout and the Reaper's Hideout, in the form of the Reaper's Lair. These new areas are huge to the game. We finally get to see more of the Pirate Legend Hideout, and finally get to see what's underneath the Reaper's Hideout. Now there are a ton of new cosmetics through these new factions, but also a new curse on both sides once the rank is maxed out at level 100. On the Athena side, you will get the Blessing of Athena's Fortune, which will allow you to become a ghost by the hand of the Pirate Lord himself, joining the Legends of Athena's Fortune. Now on the other side of that coin, you can get cursed by Captain Flameheart himself, changing your pirate into a skeleton. As a skeleton, you can head to the brand new Bonesmith and get new cosmetics for your skeleton form. Want a crab arm? Go for it. You want to be an ashen skeleton? Absolutely. This update is already looking to be the best season yet. And if you can't tell by how excited I am and how much I want to get this video out to you guys, I just can't wait to see how many exciting fights will happen out there on the waves. And now that I'm making YouTube shorts, I might post a few of my best fights, so stay tuned for that. Now I do want to say, before this video ends, I was going to publish my big project that I've been working on for over a year, but it needs a bit more time because we have taken on a bit more of a challenge with this one, now that Season 8 is looking to be a PvP update, but I will still release the update concept. We just need a bit more time to polish everything up, you know? So, with that, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are excited for Season 8, let me know in the comments down below, and make sure you're subscribed to never miss another upload. I will be publishing a full, in-depth guide when Season 8 launches, so that all of you guys can be ready for the battle ahead. And until next time, I will see you out on the seas.